Today is the 15th of January, 2021, which is a Friday, and the time right now is 2300 hours and 25 minutes, which is 11:25 p.m. Budapest time. And these are my daily results with Mohini Trade, probably the strongest forex trading robot in the world. So let's jump right into it. You're looking at my day through the glasses of DAX 30 with the 5-minute zoom, and my day began right there where the little gap is. That's where 14th magically turned into the 15th. And if you watch my videos, you remember yesterday I had a pretty uneventful day, meaning that nothing really happened. There wasn't much movement, wasn't much action either. But Mohini Trade still came up with a little over 100 and some dollars profit for me. And I'm very deeply grateful for that. But today, seemed like it started out very similarly. I thought it was going to be the continuation of yesterday, but no. As you can see, it's a bear market. It was a bear market today, and there was some craziness that happened there. I'm not sure what you call this formation, but I called it the vampire's tooth because it looks like the vampire's tooth. But it was a very scary experience. I'm going to tell you just in a minute. But before I go into that, let me tell you that every Friday kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies because I have to make a major decision. I have to make a choice every Friday. I have to decide whether I'm going to let my positions linger in throughout the weekend or just close them all before the market closes. Well, right now, you probably know what I chose for this Friday because well, maybe you don't. Anyways, I always have to make this decision, which makes Fridays a lot harder for me. So Fridays are funny because Fridays you can always expect some bear market. It's rarely bull market, but I might be wrong. But in my experience so far, most of my Fridays have been bear markets, meaning that kind of the interest went down. Somehow the demand was lacking. I'm not sure why. It's probably because the day traders are starting their early weekend, or they're taking off sooner from the office, going home to the family if they have. Yeah, probably day traders don't have families because they have no life. I'm just kidding. Well, anyways, let's see what happened here, because this is some exciting stuff, and actually it had its own. I'm going to switch to the 1-minute zoom because you can probably see it better, and it's actually scarier with the 1-minute zoom, and that's what I was looking at. I actually look at my day through the 1-minute zoom. Oops, did I just skip it? No. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you, big problem? Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, here we are. So long story short, this was a very scary moment for me. It happened a little after like 4:30 or 5 o'clock. I think somewhere around 5 o'clock. And it started falling. I don't always look at my Mohini Trade throughout the day. Probably maybe once every 2 hours or so. But at this time, like prior to this time, I kept looking at Mohini Trade, and I'm not sure why I did that. And now I try to convince myself, I try to rationalize that I did it because I had an intuition. I'm not sure I had an intuition, but nevertheless, I kept looking at it, and then this happened. And next time I looked at it, I was $300 in the hole, meaning that I had $300 worth of open positions. And that number just kept going lower and lower. $400, $500 in the hole, $800, $1,000. And I was in the hole exactly a little over $1,300 worth of open positions when I had this gut feeling that I started panicking, and I thought I should just go to my laptop, just grab my laptop, go on my VPS, and I should go log into my MetaTrader account and just close all the Mohini Trade open positions, because I don't want to lose all my profit that I got so far in the last 23 days. Because I made over $2,500 worth of profit at that time while I was here. I didn't want to lose that, so I was thinking, I'm just going to go on, and I'd rather lose $1,300 than lose the whole profit. Because if this thing, like, I didn't know how deep it was going to fall, right? So what if it falls through the freaking floor again and it just won't stop falling? Then it could wipe out my entire profit. But fortunately, it didn't, because I remembered the words of my mentor, Lajos Weber, who actually is the father of this wonderful What I did was, I remember the words of my mentor, Lajos Weber, who happens to be the father of this wonderful software. He actually spent 7 years writing it, and it has over 29,000 lines of code. That's incredible. No wonder this is the strongest forex trading robot in the world, possibly. But nevertheless, I was thinking what he kept advising me, that anytime you're panicking, just sit on your hands, do nothing. Don't you dare do anything. Take deep breaths and just trust the power of Mohini. And that's what I did. You know, it's easier said than done, but I sat down, I started hyperventilating. Really, I know it's funny because I'm a big dude, and me hyperventilating like a chicken at a New Kids on the Block concert. Come on. So anyways, I felt like I was gonna pass out, but then the market started turning around. And one thing I didn't notice, I just noticed when it turned around, that I was realizing, or Mohini Trade started realizing rather large profits, like $16, $20, $30 profits. And I was like, how are those coming from? When did they happen? And when I started looking closely, that's when I realized that while the market was dropping, Mohini Trade was really busy putting in positions. So when it comes back up, it can realize those positions. It can make profit off of them. Because, you know, what goes up must come down, but the opposite is equally true. What goes down must come up, and Mohini Trade seems to know that. Well, actually, it's not Mohini Trade, it's the sets that I put into it, but I believe Mohini Trade is a very accurate and incredible executioner of this code. Long story short, I came out real nicely from this horrible situation, which is nothing. It really is nothing in comparison of what happened late February 2020, last year, of course. That was a huge drop when the price went from over 1,300 and I believe it was, no, it's 13,200 down to 8,400-ish. So it lost like a lot of value. Within a few weeks, the prices just dropped incredible, and it took some time until they came back on. Anyways, enough talk about my scary parts. Oh, one more thing that's kind of important. A friend of mine called after this happened, who I know is a manual day trader, and he's a Hungarian living in London. And he says, did you see that? Did you see that? Oh my God. Because he knows that I'm trading on DAX, and he sometimes trades on DAX. And I asked him, did you trade on DAX as well? And he says, yeah. And I just lost $560 some due to that. I said, why? He says, well, because I had a position and it kept going down. And I placed the position and it kept going down. And I said, oh my God, it's not going to come back up. So I closed both of my positions and I lost $560 because I thought I was going to lose a lot bigger if I don't stop now. So he closed his positions because his human emotions and his human side got the best of him. So that's, and I told him, and he asked me like, how much did you lose? And I'm like, I'd lose. I didn't lose. I actually gained money on this thing. He says, no. I said, yeah. So technically, I outplayed, or I'm not sure what's the right American expression. I technically outdid a manual professional trader with Mohini Trade by just doing nothing, just sitting on my hands and trying to not pass out from hyperventilation. So anyways, let me show you my profit. My profit for the day. Actually, I'm going to just sort it with not the price, but the time of closure, because I like it like that. My day began early at 5, almost 6 a.m. Mohini Trade managed a couple, at least, 5 positions. Managed a bunch of positions even later, 7-ish. So 5 positions have been closed. Those positions were lingering from the 13th, which is the day before yesterday for me. And Mohini Trade realized some really nice profit. Look, 456, 17. So really nice profits. Yeah, there's a couple, like almost $1, 99 cents profit. That's pretty neat. And my real trading began at 9:30 a.m. because if you watch my videos, you know I set Mohini Trade to trade between the hours of 9:30 a.m. till 10 p.m. And that's what happened. So I thought it was going to go with the continuation of yesterday, a lot of little penny trades, penny profits. Oops, there's a $7 profit. Oops, there's a $30 profit. So I found the day was a little different because it had these unusually high profit pieces in here, although I specifically did the sets for scalping. You know what scalping is? When I take some little profit and run. Like little profit, I mean 74 cents or 80 cents or 20, even 20 cents or even a couple cents. So as you can see, it has been scalping, but there was enough movement for an occasional, well, for some occasional loss as well, but for an occasional larger profits, which made me really happy. But then the shit happened. Actually, yes, this is where the shit starts happening, like after 4:30-ish. And look, when the shit happens, the big profits started to come. Look at that, 778. And this is not even the biggest one. When the market bounced, like after 5 o'clock, look, that's when the big profits came. $28 profit, the $16, $11, $14, 16, two $16 profits, $10 profit, another $16 profit, $13 profit. So I profited off of the crash or the drop. And here's the total profit for the day, $469 and 3 cents. $469 with a tragedy like this. And my friend who's a professional day trader, he lost money. He lost more money than what I gained. Well, that doesn't sound very well, but you know what I mean? Like I gained about as much as he lost. Maybe it's his money. Who knows? Maybe I took his money. Oh my God, now I have some problems in my mind. But that's not the whole truth. The whole truth is that I still have open positions. As I said, Friday is always a funny day because I have to make a choice whether I close my positions or leave them open to linger through the weekends. And yes, I have $383 worth of open positions. They're hanging here. And you see, some of them are still from the 14th, which is yesterday. And there's still a lot of them from the 15th. And most of them are buy positions, which means that I'm hoping that Monday the market's going to be going up freshly. But right now, only 4 of them are sell positions. Sell positions, predicate that they prey on the fact that the markets may go lower, the price may go lower, and that's when I realize a profit. But what goes up must come down. What goes down must come up. But we're pretty much on the top of a game right now. Oh, I'm so clumsy with my left hand. So let me just zoom out a little more and see even more than that. Yes, you can see things have been going up. So I'm not sure if it will keep on going up, but we'll see. I'm very positive. I'm very optimistic regarding Monday. I hope that everybody's going to get a good weekend, all the day traders when they get back to work, and they will make my positions close. Anyways, these are huge positions. And remember, these are my scalping settings. So if I had my older settings, I would be in big doo-doo right now. But luckily I'm not. So I had a choice and I made the choice. I did not close my positions. I could have. At a certain time, the value of my open positions was down to somewhere around $280 minus. So I was very tempted to go and close the positions, all of them. So I have a restful, peaceful, worry-less weekend. But then I realized I really don't worry about this anyways. What's the worst that can happen? That I lose all my profit? Well, that happens. This is an experience. And also it's an experiment that I'm making. I want to see what we can do. So I could have stopped it at 280. Then I would still have somewhere around $200-ish or 180-ish in profit. Or even if had I stopped it, had I closed everything in the very last moment when it was $383, I would still have a profit, very tiny, but I would still have a profit and a clean slate on Monday morning. But I chose not to execute. You know why? Because I trust the power of Mohini. Believe it or not, that is some major thought in my head that I'm starting to realize what power this trading robot truly has. Although I'm not saying it will never happen to me, I might get into trouble and lose some of my profit, if not all. in the future, but I'll never know unless I try. So let's jump over to my laptop and take a look at my MyFX book data. I'm just gonna hit refresh just to silence the doubters, close the ad, and let's start with my percentage. So far, Mohini Trade did 162.69% gain on my portfolio, which is unheard of. It's fucking incredible. Look at my deposit. My initial capital was $2,000, and the profit it generated only in 23 trading days. Once again, 23 trading days. Off of $2,000, it generated $3,232 profit. That's unheard of. It's fucking incredible. So my current balance is $5,217.73, even without my open positions. So if you deduct my open positions of $383, it's $4,937.02. So that's also unheard of. So this is incredible. If you take a look at this skyscraper, it's almost 10%, 9.61% change. So that is some crazy stuff. And I love looking at these results as well. Like, I like the profitability, and the profitability is 95%, which means that I only lost, or Mohini Trade. I always speak in first person, but it's Mohini Trade who actually does the magic. I'm just the monkey who's clapping when, things happen well. So anyways, 5% is just the red, which is the failed or lost trades. So that's pretty neat. 95% profitability. I believe that's unheard of. So you can actually find this very same MyFX book portfolio. The link is under the video in the description box. So please check it out for yourself. And I don't know, if you feel inspired, let me know if I can help you to do the same. This is very addictive, so be careful. Once you start doing it, you don't know when to stop, and you will end up having a lot of money. So that might be a very serious side effect. So yeah, the balance here, that's a few dollars. Yeah, there's a few dollar discrepancy. I believe it's because MyFX books refresh rate or update rate is not always up to par. And mostly when the market closed, I think they're not updated, probably the last few bips. All right, so this is my balance, $5,200.90, $5,290. Ah, gosh, I'm getting tired. So once again, my balance is $5,229.18. And my equity is still beautiful, $4,845.99. So if you want to start doing trading with Mohini Trade, let me know. I can help you to it. I can set you up and get you ready to go. You can find my contact info right below the video in the info box, in the description box. So that's it for the day, people. I'm falling asleep. I'm way more tired. I shouldn't even be making a video. I don't speak straight now. So wishing you a wonderful weekend, everybody, and see you Monday. Yes, see you Monday. And that's it. Peace out, homies. Ciao.